Okay, I wanted to give another demo of the boost controller here. I've added a few features and changed a few things to improve it. This is still just a prototype. There's only one right now, but I'm going to be building more. I ordered several. I'm going to beta with this one, and I'll be going to beta with about 5 others. If anybody's interested, just let me know. Interested in getting a few Coyote folks. My car is down right now, so I can't even test this thing. But just to give you a rundown, it's a boost controller, pretty small. Right now it's got a suction cup mount, but we could add another mount. So 2 multi-conductor cables now. Uses a normal GM 3-bar or 4-bar map. You can auto calibrate to either one. This setup is using a single max solenoid, but you can run multiples. And right now it's all simulated. She got a little box here hooked up with a couple of potentiometers to simulate. And right here on the main screen you can see wideband, fuel pressure, stage. Right now it's set up to do boost over time. I'll show you a couple of the features. So right here you have the 2 main modes, boost by input or boost by time. I'll select input so we can test that real quick. The stage setup button walks you through all the stages and the settings. You've got duty cycle, you've got gate pressure, you've got time in milliseconds, time in stage. And that's just for the time-based boost setting. You can also disable and enable stages, so if you only want to use a handful for a run, you can do that. It'll still work with all the settings that you have here. Lower the gate pressure down to 4. So I've got all the stages enabled right now. To give you an idea of how easy it is to change settings. There's not buttons that you have to mess with. It's all touchscreen and pretty handy. IO config. You have a fuel pressure sensor and wideband, of course. You can enable, disable. This is your voltage min, voltage max, and pressure min, pressure max. Same thing for the wideband. Right now it's set up for lambda, so I got scaled 0 to 5 volts to 0 to 2, but you can make those whatever your particular setup is. Here's the calibrate button. You would just put 0. You would leave the car not cranked. Just make sure there's no vacuum or boost on the sensor. Calibrate, and you're done. It'll automatically detect whether you have a 3-bar or 4-bar map. These are the typical settings: boost cut PSI, fuel pressure cut. You've got wideband cut start PSI. So it's not going to start looking at the wideband to cut your boost until 6 PSI in this case. Wideband cut setting is your right now it's set up for lambda, but I chose 0.88. You can make it whatever you want. So in the input based boost, there's a button you can press to increase the stage, or you can touch screen, choose the stage you want, and it'll give you that stage. I'll demonstrate the boost cut real quick. So boost cut set at 20 psi, so you'll see it cut boost. It'll just turn off the solenoid. Another thing you'll notice, you have to reset before you can start again. At 1 psi, it's going to just shut the solenoid valve to hold boost on top of the gate. That setting is in the per stage settings. And then as soon as it hits that setting, it's going to start your duty cycle. So I'll show you the wideband cut. So I just turned it up to 0.89. You saw wideband cut come in. Reset that. I'll show you fuel pressure cut. It's set at 30 psi on fuel pressure cut. You can see that fuel pressure drop, and it's going to cut your boost. Let's say you have 3 pumps or 2 pumps, and you lose one. You don't know it, and you won't know it until it's too late if you're on a run. So this could very well save your motor. I'll show you the time-based boost. Change that setting over to time, and then it's going to assume that you have a trans brake. It's got a trans brake input, so say you're at the line, you're staged, and you see staged pop up right there. Then you let go, launch, and here it's going to walk you through the stages. 1,000 milliseconds or 1 millisecond per stage is what the set point is. It's going to stay in the final stage for 20 seconds to make sure you're at the end of your run before it stops. You'll see it reset here shortly. And then it's reset. And another feature I've added is sometimes you have to go in twice. It's going to graph your boost for the run. If you had fuel pressure issues, you can also graph your fuel pressure so you can see exactly what it was during the run. If you had something happen, and you can see where it happened in your run. That's pretty much all the features. Always ready to add more. I've got plenty of time to do it right now, so if anybody's got ideas or would like to be a part of the beta, feel free to send me a message, and thanks.